when you say insurance, I think everybody thinks it is boring. And today I'd like to present you insurance not in a boring way. When insurance is not boring? When a claim happens, yeah? Yes. When the loss happens, or you receive a claim and something wrong happens. And I will start with the claim examples all over the world. And afterwards we'll come to more to insurance, how it works and why it is worth to buy it. Okay, so the first example shows that IT business is really related to human error. Is French telecommunication company where one engineer worked on a server and misconfigured the server settings. So, and the result was buffer overflow, which resulted in phone signals not being delivered by customers on handsets. So the cost of that mistake was 2.4 million euros. Another example, it's employee misconduct, or employee dishonesty, employee malicious act. There are many different definitions. When employee makes something on purpose, and in this case, employee went to the jail, but still there was a $3 million loss. So the employee left a logic bomb within the company's network, and it started to work afterwards and to delete many files from the system, from computers. Another example, which is becoming more and more popular today, is cyber extortion or cyber ransom. And personally, I had already 10 cases in Lithuania with cyber ransom, when some virus blocks the files and then required to pay bitcoins to get the files back. I think everybody heard that. So in this case, there's some similar situation, but there was a Russian cyber criminals who blackmailed online companies through distributed denial of service attacks. And they asked to pay money back if you want to get the system working. And they calculated that British online casinos and betting companies paid about £2 million not to stop their businesses. So these are a few claim examples. And there's another one of system failure. This is more related with the hardware. And this shows that even hardware can make huge losses, some mistakes on the hardware. And this was related with ATM network, which didn't work for 18 hours in England, and 5 million people couldn't cash their money back. So moving forward, what are the threats for IT business? These were not IT companies, but everyone understands that IT companies serve many different clients. So nowadays world is based on computer network more and more. We do more operations with a computer network, and it's very crucial for activity that computer network is working and working properly. So just to show there are some examples what computer network, what companies do via computer network. So you see that there is a real-time cash credit transactions, more and more internet sales based companies. There is automated stock control, processing tracking orders, automated manufacturing production lines. Everything is automated. There is a paperless offices, storage documentation, plans, designs, security, telecommunications, process accounting functions, invoicing, also client files, information, data, and many, many other things computer network is doing. And the question, what happens if computer network is stopped, or is not working properly? So probably all those companies who are doing many of those processes lose their clients, lose their money, or get some cost. And I tried to classify the IT companies into 4 sectors. And those 4 sectors really have a bit different risks. From insurance perspective, from the potential loss perspective. And today I will touch, there are 2 kind of main threats to IT company. We call it first-party risk and third-party risk. So today I'll talk about third-party risk, because the first-party risk is basically your property, your money, which can be lost by many other risks, for instance, car insurance, property insurance, theft, employee accident, personal accident, and all that stuff. So I will not talk about this one, but I will talk the risk which come from third parties. So what risks you can get from third parties, from your clients, from your customers. So the first sector is software companies, basically programmers who do very intelligent work by doing codes, creating programs, then doing maintaining, changing them. And this is like a product, and we understand that some mistake here can lead to also computer network problems, to system problems. Another sector is service admin companies, where this is more daily work. There are many, many things falling here. Installing a new software, preparing new computer, solving email problems, and so on and so on. And we understand that also here can be some negligence from IT providers. The third sector is, I called servers, but it's also data centers, hosting services, everything what's connected with the data, with the lots of data. And coming to the new GDPR requirements on 2018 May, we understand that the data protection becomes more and more sensitive. And that's why hosting companies, data center companies, those companies who have servers with the data have to be prepared for potential losses. And the fourth one is hardware. I will not talk about this sector a lot, but usually the hardware makes more physical loss, like it can be fire on the office and all stuff, but it's also important to cover the financial loss of the hardware, and that's why professional indemnity insurance is needed. So I don't know in which sector are you working, but think about what is your liability to others. And moving forward, I would like to point one thing, that computer network, IT network, can be damaged or can be affected by many different risks. And no matter, and 90%, according to Lloyd's statistics, 90% of that is usually human error. Directly or indirectly is human error. So thinking about IT company, because we are talking about IT network of the client, not about IT company, but of the client. And the question, if IT network is damaged by one of those risks, can I, as IT company, as IT serving company, be liable? So the answer is yes. And the client can claim you for IT network is not working. Whom I'm going to claim? I'm going to claim my IT company. I don't know if they did something wrong or not, but I'm going to claim. So this is a huge, even the employee did something wrong. So IT company still faces a risk to be claimed. So all those risks basically are the risk for IT company as well, not only for the client. And I try to group, to name main causes of the losses, how it happens, and try to fit each cause, each problem, or each loss to the sector, which I showed before. Is it software? Is it admin? Is it servers? So in most cases, the cause is negligence or error of somebody's. Yeah? They can be also a deliberate act. As we saw on claims examples, how employee especially programmed some bomb. Yeah? Also, there is a huge risk, and this is increasing, attacks from outside, the hacker attacks, and cyber insurance is increasing dramatically in the market, where every company basically thinking about cyber risks, but today I'm talking about IT companies' liability. So even cyber risks to the company can lead to a claim which can come to IT company. Later I will show you. And also there can be not your negligence, it can be your subcontractor's negligence. And having all those causes, you need to think, does my insurance cover all those causes? In most cases, those one are not covered. So you need to talk to insurer to have special extensions to get covered. When I said I'm working 10 years on professional indemnity insurance in Lithuania, why I started this? I started this because there is no any good insurance product in the market locally. That's why we started to look for some insurance providers abroad. And now I can tell you that it is possible to buy good quality insurance product from London market here in Lithuania and for the decent price. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So I sometimes operate as a subcontractor for BTT.
Yeah.
A third-party operator from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
How should I be insured in Lithuania?
Okay, good question. No matter are you subcontractor or not subcontractor, I would recommend you to have your own personal liability professional indemnity insurance. It might be that BTT insurance is covering you as a subcontractor, but covering subcontractor is specific insurance. It can be that BTT, if someone will claim BTT because of your mistake, then BTT insurance might work. Insurers can pay the claim, but they can come back to a subcontractor and say, okay, we paid, but you did a mistake. Some good insurances say that subcontractor is also insured fully. So insurers do not subrogate from subcontractor. But as I told, on many cases, subcontractors are not covered at all. So BTT can give that claim to you and talk to the client directly. So it's very depending on the case. Yeah. Okay, going forward, what happens? What are the usual accident problems? So, because of the negligence, hackers attack, subcontractors mistake, there can be a data leakage. I also named no internet, no email, no available data, because this is many businesses are tied to this very much, and they cannot provide business if they don't have emails, if they don't have internet. So it means there is a loss of income, loss of profit, which can be claimed back from IT company. And also the system failure. I remember one case in Lithuania, which was like, I don't know, 10 years ago, when there was a mistake on programming calendar dates for invoicing. Because you know that once per 4 years, there is February has 28 days. So that was missed. And on 28th of February, some network couldn't do sales because on their invoices, there was 1st of March. So this network basically couldn't do sales and lots of income, lots of income. So even small mistakes can lead to dramatic losses. And after those accidents, what can happen? If there is a data leakage, what it means? So let's talk, I'm the client, here is my IT company, and because of IT company negligence, I lost lots of data, there was data leakage. And what's the following? So there can be claims from the third parties to me because I couldn't save the data. Yeah. There is also GDPR requirements to notify every single client whose data was leaked. So there can be a huge cost if you have like 5 million clients or 500 million clients. To everyone you should send notification, which is cost. Also, there can be claims from those people for, reputation damage, for to compensate the losses. And if I'm, as a client, receive those, I can claim back all my costs, which needs to regulate this data leakage situation to the IT company. So that's why it's very important that IT companies' professional indemnity insurance should be covering such of data leakage events. Also, they can lead that those problems, as I told, for instance, emails are not working, I cannot sell insurance, big contract is coming up, but I cannot send it, and I lose the client, so I can claim IT company because they failed to do something with the email configuration and the server stopped, I couldn't receive emails, I couldn't send emails. So this can be a problem suffered by me as a client, and then also I claim back to IT company. As I said, notification, mitigation, legal, PR costs. When there is current cyber policies usually have those coverages. If there is a cyber attack, cyber insurance gives 5% of the premium to professional consultants who basically help you to prepare a disaster recovery plan, how to react in this situation, what to tell to media, or what to do with programming to restoring back the system, what to do with notification of the clients. And all those costs suffered by your client either can be covered by cyber insurance, or if I don't have cyber insurance, I can claim back from IT company. And I mentioned already ransom, so which also, if someone blocks my files, I pay money, and I can think why I was blocked. Maybe because my antivirus system was not properly installed or was not installed by my consultant. Maybe I can claim back from IT company as well. So these are just a few examples how the cause can lead to the loss. And what to mention here with the cause, because most insurance policies are made on negligence. It means that you need to prove to insurer that you made a negligent act. But my question to you, what if you are not negligent? Can you be liable for the loss to somebody? And the answer is yes. And there are many court decisions showing that you are not negligent, but you were the closest to the cause, and you need to pay the loss. So you need also have to take in mind that what is written on your insurance policy. And I already started to talk about insurance, but as I mentioned, I will talk about professional indemnity insurance, which will cover IT companies' claims. If IT company is claimed by the client or by the third party, if something happens. I will not go to standard approach what is covered, but I will go what's the purpose to buy insurance. So first purpose is to protect reputation of IT company. If you are claimed, for instance, imagine you have two IT companies. One is insured, another is not, and both are claimed. So one is, which is insured can tell, okay, we will pay the loss if the court will decide we're guilty in this, because we don't know if we're guilty or not. And then your reputation stands really high against other clients and against this client. If you're not insured, then you're in deep problem. You can go to the court, your assets can be arrested, and so on and so on. So it's really important to protect your reputation and to keep business moving forward. Legal costs. There can be kind of huge legal costs if you have a claim. And insurance is really important in the cases where you don't know this is your fault or not. Are you negligent or not? When you have insurance, you have legal costs on both cases. And here comes the business continuity protection. Insurance and the limit you're buying of insurance is very important, even in the cases when there is no your liability. Someone thinks that you are liable, and there will be a big research. So if it comes to the court, for instance, one company says, I've lost 5 million income, please compensate this. This can go to the court, and court can decide to arrest your assets, arrest your financial accounts, and basically it means stopping your business. That's why having a good professional indemnity insurance with a sufficient limit, you can show to the court, look, we have liability insurance. If we are liable, insurance will pay for us. Please don't stop our business. And in those cases, insurance health says business continuity protection. And of course, financial protection. If you need, court says, okay, you are liable, or you agree with the parties that, yeah, it was our mistake, then the loss is compensated by insurer. So this is a main thing. The key points considering IT companies' insurance. I mentioned already subcontractors. This is really important. And next slide will show how tiny things can be important, but you need to think about your subcontractors, whether you want to cover them with your insurance, or at least what you have to do, you need to know that the claims made to you because of your subcontractor's mistake should be compensated. If not, then maybe your insurance is not sufficient. And if you have very good subcontractors, your partners, and you want to cover them, it is possible to agree with insurer that insurers are covering subcontractors and are not subrogating back from them. Another important thing is cyber, because in most professional indemnity policies, cyber events are excluded, because they say negligent act must be done by IT company, not by someone else who is attacking your client. So, but as I said, courts already say that it doesn't matter, is it your negligent act? You are liable for security, you are liable for not allowing someone to attack your client, and you may pay the loss. So you need to have cyber extension on your professional indemnity policy. The same with the crime, when money is stolen by electronic devices. Also, like I have an account and I come one day and open bank account and I see there is no money because someone connected. You know, there can be also liability of IT company that, you know, they didn't prepare a good password plan or didn't do correct securities. Employee dishonesty and deliberate acts. This is also being excluded in most cases, but it's possible to agree for additional premium extension where the deliberate acts of your employees are insured. And you saw a couple of examples where there are deliberate acts which you cannot control. When someone is not happy, they can, especially with IT business, which is really intelligent and it's difficult to see the mistake which can come over after a few years. Also, depending on the sector you work, intellectual property and patent infringement, you need to know if you can have a claims from that. If someone can claim your competitors, for instance, for using those illegal patent things. So, and the last one I put is insurance consultant. Insurance, as I said, is boring when you look at the paper. It's 10 pages wording with many, many phrases, many definitions, but there are really small, nuanced things. And I will show you one of them. And if you have good consultant, good professional who understands what is your business, who understand insurance, who understand definition, you can really avoid many situations. And I will show you our experience of how one letter can make a huge difference. This is related with subcontractor. And one wording said that employees or partners who have the contract of service are insured as well. Another wording said that employees and partners who have contract for service are insured. Do you see the difference? Not much, yeah? There is one letter, for, of, yeah, the one word. Contract of service in English is basically employment contract. And contract for service is basically subcontractor service. So one can be mistaken seeing that if you have somebody who have contract of service, you think that your subcontractors are insured, but they are not. So you need to have contract for service in order to be insured with your subcontractors or freelancers with whom you are working. So this shows how deep an insurance consultant can go through the wording, and there are many other things. So have sufficient limit and think about insurance consultant you're working for.